Hello and welcome to Karen's Piano Blog. It is so good to be speaking with you again today. We have just had a whirlwind of a September, and I think it's a great time for us to actually have a little moment of reflection. When I went into September, I had a goal of re-exploring techniques of appropriate practicing with each of my students. And as much as I could, I asked parents to come into the lessons so that they could learn what I was asking of their child. I found September a wonderful time to do this because for students, it's a new year, even though we didn't turn the calendar to a brand new year. Parents can embrace new practice methods and or support ones that may have gone dormant as we explore going to new grades or going further in the grade that we are already in. So my personal goal for September was to touch base on this with each of my students and their parents. With my youngest students as well, all the way through to my grade 10s and associates, I was writing a lot every week, giving a step-by-step instruction, and if I felt possible, a hint as to do this 20 times perhaps, or until correct 3 times in a row. Being this specific allowed students to get back into the practice habit and to create new habits. We have learned over the years that it takes 21 consecutive days for us to create a new habit, and then 3 months for it to become a lifestyle. So I find that the beginning of October is a terrific time for us to say, how are we doing in developing good practice habits with our students? Were they able to follow what my instructions were effectively? When I look at each student individually, have they been able to get back to the piano and start to progress? Or are they still relearning things from the end of last year? Right now is a great time to sit down, even with something like an Excel chart, and think about each child and what it is your goal was for September and what you want your goal for October to be. I can honestly say that last week I had several families come to me and say, it's been a breakthrough. Delightfully, they told me I was right. Slow practice does work. The children can actually learn what their amalgamate rhythm is rather than practicing it hands separately so long that they cannot figure out how the hands go together. The parents understood the value of clapping rhythms before they went to play them, and on clapping 2 rhythms at the same time, representing the treble clef of the right hand on the right leg with the left hand on the left leg, so that they had pre-practiced just the rhythm before they had added the notation in. These little steps were allowing the parents that are actually not able to play at an advanced level, or perhaps even a grade 2 level if that's where their child is, to understand how to help to make the teacher, parent, student triangle work to its best degree. We always have to remember that when we are teaching, it is not just the young person in front of us. It is an entire family that we are trying to help to learn what the path to good music practice and music making is. If we take the time to work with our parents and engage with them over email and draw them into purposeful lessons that helps them to see what a good practice habit is, students will progress at a more steady rate, and we'll have families that are enjoying this progress and supporting their children in all the performances that are going to be coming up very, very soon. In summary, I'd like to just encourage you to look back at September, analyze not just what perhaps wasn't the perfect element, also analyze what went right so that you can continue to do that, and how can you tweak it to make it work for another student. Is there a new path that you need to generate with any student who didn't seem to take off in September? We have a new month and a new beginning ahead. Thank you for joining me on Karen's Piano Blog. I hope to see you again soon.